Alright guys, what's going on? It's Sunday today. I'm gonna ride over to the shop because I'm kind of bored. We're gonna go see what we can work on today. There's always something over there that needs to be fixed. So, no days off, unfortunately. So, we're gonna take the FXR, the daily rider, and we're gonna cruise over there and see what we got. Cool part about the drive to work, we ride right through the ports. You can see the big container ships here. But yeah, there's a bunch of cool bridges and stuff, so I love riding this way to work. So yeah, check it out. All right, shop's coming together pretty good. Started organizing this back room a bit. Still a bunch of junk over there, but we're gonna get to that. Here's my shipping room. All the parts and stuff. Little shipping table there. We put some new lights in Becky's zone. So this place is freaking lit up now. And then I'll show you guys my stuff in a second here. All right, so the shop's, been working on it a little bit here and there, in between actually getting back to real work. But, we got the bikes. I still got to hang these giant signs up, which they're so heavy. So they're not that heavy. They're just really long. So I need some manpower. Maybe I'll make Becky help me with that this week. But, yeah, shop's coming together. We're back to work doing stuff. So still some things I want to do, but I mean, it's a functional shop now. So, I mean, as you saw in the last video, we're back to work on this thing. Got the rotors and everything, done. So we have a front wheel. That's good. We've been machining a ton of parts this last week. So here's a batch of our air cleaners. So these, like half of these are going to get sent out to polish. And then the other half will get brushed. And then I got to make all the filter elements still. The real question of the day is, what are we going to do today? It's Sunday. It's kind of like my bonus day. I don't really want to do work, but I still just want to get things done. So it's a little bit off my workload for the week to think about. I don't know. So it's kind of sucks working for yourself because you're just always in the shop, just doing stuff, even on your days off, because this is what I like to do for fun, which is, call me crazy. So, yeah, what are we going to do? I don't know. There's so many things. I have been looking over at these two bikes, our two Shovelheads over here, and I just see this oil puddle that just keeps getting bigger every day. And I don't know what the hell is going on. I think it's transmission oil from the pink one. Where's the pink one? There's the pink one. Yeah, so I think it's the transmission. We might have to put a main seal in it or something. I don't know what happened. It's also had a little vibration on the highway. It's not as smooth as it once was. So definitely got to do some looking there. I just replaced the kicker gear on it last week. And now that works again. But it's just, every time I park it, it's just dumping oil. And same with our other Shovelhead. This is the one for Becky's dad, my father-in-law, we built. It's still here, but I think it's sumping a bit. The check ball and the oil pump, I think, isn't seating properly. So that crankcase is just filling up with oil. And it needs an oil change anyways, but I think that's going to have to be a different video. But let me show you guys this oil puddle and see what you think. All right, look at this. It is almost stretching to the other oil puddle on the other bike. That one I've got a little rag under, but I guess I need to get more of those. But yeah, look, it's even all the way over here. Look at all that. So that's like all of our transmission oil. So that's not good. So I think we're gonna pull this one up, put it on the lift, and address that issue. Also, if anyone wants a 3D printer, $100, come get it. Hit me up. This thing works good. We did a deal with Flash Forge, and we got this 4 years ago, but the technology has gotten so much better, and I've upgraded since then. So it still works great though. But if you want a 3D printer, $100, hit me up. Come get it. All right, let's get this little guy up on the lift. Let's turn on our air. Man, it's dark back here. I gotta add some more lights. So I put these lights in last week from Amazon. They're just cheap LED strip lights, and they all link together. But man, for like $200, I lit this whole place up. Super nice. So highly recommend. So you may know about this bike from my Instagram and stuff, but basically I built this for a customer like 3 years ago now, maybe 4 years ago. And he loved it, and he moved out to Cleveland or whatever, and then he was like, yeah, I just don't really ride it. I don't care anymore. Do you want to buy it back? He texted me one day. So I ended up buying it back because this bike's just super cool, you know, the dual magnetos, and it's just super small and little. I love it. I love cruising this thing around. But basically, since I've owned it again, I haven't touched it. I haven't adjusted the push rods. I put a couple parts on it, but I haven't really done like any maintenance. I changed the kicker gear last week, like I was saying, but that's it. And it's just been good. It starts like every couple, like 2 kicks, it starts every time, and it's just been good. So it's about time we got to do some maintenance. So we're going to pull the whole primary off and we'll maybe see if we need to put a main seal in there, which I'm thinking is the issue. Hopefully it's not anything bigger than that, because I don't really want to get that deep into it. All right, I guess we got to pull all this off to see how the main seal is. So we're going to do that now. Pull the whole primary off and the sprocket and everything, and we'll see what it looks like. So this is how I set the foot clutch up on this bike, which I really like. Like, it's just this little mid control right here. It uses this little plate in there, and it's got the shaft that goes through, but I like it because it's super short throw and you don't have to move your foot very far, but it's pretty sick. So to take this pressure plate off, you just take these shoulder bolts out on this BDL setup, which is super nice because normally you got to like compress the springs and everything. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but this makes it pretty easy. There we go. Pressure plate is off. Pull your push rod out. There's your nut. Man, this thing is filthy. We gotta clean that up. But also, fun fact, if you leave this bolt out or this stud, it will leak oil. So you gotta plug that up. All right, we just gotta pull our master link and remove this big ass nut, and we should be able to see our main seal. All right, got all that stuff out of the way. Now we just got to take this big nut off. It's basically loose already. We'll hose this thing down with some brake clean, clean it all up. Oh yeah. We got the sprocket off and everything. We can see our main seal. It looks pretty wet, so I think that's what's causing most of our issues here. So I was digging in the drawers. I found a main seal, and I found one of these, which I'm gonna try and run. So yeah, now we just gotta pull it out. I got the seal pulling and installing tool. It's a Jim's tool, but yeah. So yeah, let's rip that thing out and throw this new one in there. So basically we're gonna take some of these self-tapping screws here and just run them into that seal and then pull it off with the tool. All right, I'm trying to get better about just making videos more about just what I'm doing. I try to put too much effort into them and then I just end up not making them at all. So I'm gonna make more, but probably less quality. We'll see. There we go. We got the old guy out. Get that shit in the trash and we'll get the new one in. Old guy, garbage. All right, new guy here. New main seal, the cork that goes behind it. And this is the most important part, this little L key here. This goes in between the gear and the spacer and makes it spin with it. If you don't remember this part, it's gonna leak for sure. And it's just sucking that right in there. Let me get a better angle for you guys. It sucks filming like bike stuff because like my hands are just covered in shit. So then my camera is just covered in shit. Honestly, like that's the hardest part of doing all this is just moving the camera around. But yeah, you see that seal just going in there. And this tool is nice because it sets it to the perfect depth. So you can't go in too far. So it'll just bottom out when it's good. And there we go. All right, now we're gonna reassemble the rest of this junk and then go for a ride and find some lunch. It's all back together. So let's pull it off the lift and go for a ride. Find a taco or something. Gotta rig up this Axle Co bar bag real quick. Throw that on there. All right, let's see how many kicks to start this thing today. Oopsie. God, the kicker's been sticking with this new gear. Not too bad. grab some food, see what this place is all about.